Replenish me. When I say that, what comes up for you? And when's the last time that you've done that? And where do you feel that in your body? Well, this is my invitation to you to explore the 4 steps of my Replenish Me program, where women learn how to release, restructure, refresh, and rebirth, showing up in the world, being true to yourself, only choosing words that honor your values, and only allowing behaviors and people in your life who do the same. Connect with me by reaching out at bit.ly/replenish with love and explore Replenish Me. And now for tonight's show. Thank you for joining us for the Free to Be show. Tonight, I am so honored and excited to have on Fizza Kashif Khan, and she is just a magnificent human being. And we connected through some Facebook group, and we've been communicating since December. And at the time of this recording, I'm overcoming having a sty. And I've recently stopped wearing eye makeup for that reason. And so some of the topics that we talk about are about how we judge ourselves and the way we view ourselves according to what other people think. And having recently just overcome that myself, it was really great to have this conversation. All right, so good evening and welcome to the Free to Be show. I'm super excited to have a guest on from Australia, and and look, we're twinsing on top of it. So notice the hijabs and the lipstick. And I want to welcome you to the show, Fizza. Seriously, though, we've talked for a couple of months now. And, you know, it's with Australia being, 16 hours difference, the time is hard to coordinate. So.
My goodness, 16 hours. You are at the other end of the world and I am here. Oh, thank you very much. It's a great privilege for me.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is that you're up to in the world.
I am Fizza Kashif Khan, and people now, they know me as the light of hope. I am the transformational coach and relationship consultant. And I came to Australia as an spouse of international students about, oh my God, it has been 11 years. Woo!
Wow.
11 years.
Fun.
Oh yeah. Oh goodness. 11 years ago, I came to Australia as a spouse of international student and with my 3-year-old daughter. And I born and brought up in Pakistan as a princess and living like a queen. But when I came to Australia, we started our journey from scratch, 0. And it was very tough phase of my life because I never ever think of living on sharing. And we started our journey from one small room on shared accommodation with total strangers. And I had depression, anxiety, stress. I was feeling lost and confused because for 6 months. And because I had totally different picture of being in Australia. Because I was thinking grass is more greener at the other end.
And it's supposed to be, right?
But majority of people think like that. That when they go and at overseas, Like from when I was in Pakistan, I was thinking, wow, everything is ready for me. I must have to go there. I need to go there. Job is there. My house, beautiful house is there. Car is there. Now, it was all my what I was thinking and assuming. The reality was totally different. And it was like for few days, it was like a nightmare. But the best part was my husband came 6 months before us, and we were excited to reunite as a family. And that was the only excitement I had.
That was the best part. So
Yes.
you actually had a job when you first came to Australia, and what made you finally decide to leave your job and now do what you started doing? When did you start coaching?
Uh, I was doing it voluntary basis because from listening to people's experiences, problems, and I am helping them through my past experiences, what I have learned. But the proper coaching I started 2 years ago after doing some personal development courses. And then I decided to, yes, that I have a proper tools, techniques, and skills to help people. So now I am the I'm the transformational coach and the relationship consultant. I have my insurance, I have everything to be my own boss. Before that, I was doing it on voluntary basis, free of cost. People were taking me for granted. They were not listening to me. And they were like energy suckers because hours and hours and hours and hours they were talking to me. And when I suggest them something, they listen from here and bang, out.
Yeah, because they weren't investing in themselves, right? They were giving up
Out.
time, but they
Yeah,
weren't giving up resources like real
yeah,
money. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I started my journey not as a coach. I started my journey as a mobile beautician because when I came to Australia within 4 months time, because my husband was an international student, he worked only for 20 hours and we were totally hand to mouth. We were struggling, and that affected my relationship with him as well, being in stress. So I was applying for job, but having no experience in Australia, it was very difficult for me to get a job because everyone was asking for the experience. And I decided to do something which helped me to support my husband. And I went to one of Muslim Women Association where one of the recruitment officer, she helped me to create a flyer, beautician flyer. And luckily, alhamdulillah, it was Ramadan and I distributed. And the toughest thing for me was to distribute my flyer, talk to people that who I am and what I'm doing. Because, you know, when you born and brought up like a princess, because my background is from business class, and there was some ego at that time. I had ego at that time that why I should do this.
Yep.
You know, I had an attitude that time that no, this is not for me, this is for me, this is not for me. You know what I mean?
I,
So that was the icebreaker for me.
hmm.
And I just erased that thing that who I was. And I was just now started living in a present that who I am and why I'm in Australia. That boosts my energy and I start giving to people, hey, this is this, this is this, this is it, da 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 da
I
da
want
da.
to pull attention to this, what you just said. Very key point. And I talked about this some months ago in a Facebook post. So you were saying ego, right? Your ego pulled you down, right? When
Yeah,
you release that ego and you just stayed in the present,
Yep.
And what happened?
Opportunities start coming to me.
There it
I
is.
started, not only opportunities, I feel so comfortable talking to people without any discrimination, without any hesitation, because I said already let go of my ego. And I started treated them as I want to be treated.
Super important. Yeah.
And this is the key, this is the secret of everyone's life, if people try to understand that. So yeah, and I went to one of the doctor's surgery because my daughter was sick, and I had flyers, bunch of flyers in my bag, and I met one lady there, Muslim lady, and I must have to mention, during those days, I was not the one who take hijab. I was a very hip hop, modern sort of person. And when I said Assalamu alaikum to that sister, she was from Sudan. She was fully covered, gloves and all that. She looked at me like from head to toe. And she said, "Sister, are you Muslim?" And I was like, holy poly, Fizza, something missing, something missing.
Yeah.
That was my awakening point.
Wow.
And that, something shattered here, something clicks here, not shattered, something clicks in my heart. And I listened to my heart by sitting there waiting for my daughter's turn. And I closed my eyes and I asked Allah, what is missing? What is missing that she said that to me? Is it about me or about her? And then I listened to my heart and said, it's all about you.
Yeah. Wow.
And then when I came home, and I feel a little bit embarrassed, but that embarrassment gave me the new light, gave me new awareness. And I was like, okay, come on, nah, 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 come on. This is okay. You are okay. It's all fine. Good, good, good. Just to wash away my embarrassment, I was just having that stupid laughter. And then and again, I took out that flyer and I started giving to people over there. And when I came home, thank God, I got a phone call from one lady, and she was offering me that, okay, can you come tomorrow and I will call my friends, about 10 or 12 friends. Can you come and do facial for them, please? And I was like, oh, wow, great.
Wow.
And I stood up with my new identity. I covered my head. I had my scarf. And I said, let's go, Fizza. Stand up with new identity. And the day I started taking hijab, I observed one thing, that the way they look at me, that was totally changed. Before that, whenever I travel, people ask me my contact number. They gave their contact number to me because maybe I look so attractive. But then I said to God, please forgive me. Please forgive me. If I'm attractive for myself, for my husband, for my daughter. If I'm beautiful for myself, not for people.
Right.
That changed my life, believe me. And then I feel so happy, and I did not have any fear. I took my bag, go to the station, and get down to that particular station, and the lady, they pick me up, and I start doing facials, waxing, threading. And believe me, in 2.5 days, I earn $800.
Oh, wow.
But only I know how I get that money, because it was Ramadan. I need to wake up early morning. I
Yep.
need to prepare breakfast. Then I was thinking, oh, okay, what I need to cook for dinner and for all those for snacks. And I prepared that thing, pre-cooked everything. So when I came home, I don't need to start from scratch.
Yeah. This is
And
another good point, though. I really want to bring this up. So, like in Ramadan, anyway, right? There's a lot of blessings coming.
yep,
So, it's like for you to have that opening and that realization that you wanted to change something in your heart, right? And just show up, just free to be
yep,
true to yourself and true to Allah.
yep.
And then all the blessings started coming. So this is like very, you know, eye-opening and early on. And I just want to point that out for the listeners and viewers of ours who are Muslim and you may be struggling with hijab. Ramadan is coming. And actually, I have you on the schedule to this show will be published right around when Ramadan starts. So this will it's just a good time to do that inner work. And if you're wanting to move in the direction of transformation, there are different parts of us that we need to look at, and only you know in your heart what that is. And I want to direct you to connect with Fizza. We're going to talk more in the next part about specifically who she works with and what she helps them with. But just, I hope that you understood from her story that she understands you and she's been where you are now. So,
And my dear sis, I must have to mention one thing. When I started taking hijab, I start judging myself by looking at others. That, oh my God, look at her, how she's happy, how she's just having so many friends, she's cuddling them and all that. And why I'm not able to cuddle these strangers. And then I pause for a while and I ask Allah, what is this that they are doing and I'm not doing? If I want, I can do it, but what is stopping me to do that? And then I got the answer that you are not for everyone. You are only for your husband, for your blood relatives, and that's it. You are not supposed to cuddle everyone and anyone. No, you are special. That's why you are standing here and you are looking. But most of the Muslim women, when the problem, I must have to mention this here, because wherever I go and I don't shake hand with people, and when they mention that what sort of a Muslim you are not shaking hand, but XYZ, she is also Muslim and she shake hand and she even hug us. And I said, she got her own values and I got my own values. And I respect my values. That is why I'm not disrespectful with you, but this is who I am. I really appreciate you and I respect you, but I can't shake hand with you. So they understand that. It's just a matter to mention these, to just speak up about your values, about your boundaries. Otherwise, people will abuse you and use you because you gave them permission. And being a beautiful, unique creation of Allah, you all have right to speak up, to have your own boundaries, whether it's Islamic values, moral values, or family values. Just stuck to those values. And I learned this after a bumpy roller coaster ride.
yes, I love that you brought that up because I had also an interview recently with on another show, and the question came up about hijab. Right? We
Yeah.
didn't get into this part, but this is a really good point. about shaking hand and hugging and those kind of things. And that is, so hijab isn't just the cloth, it is a
No.
behavior, it is a set of values.
Yeah.
So, and it's okay, that's part of, we're going to get a lot more into standing up for your values as we go through this conversation. But it's, just as a Muslim woman, right? Whether or not you're wearing hijab yet, okay? The
Yeah.
hijab is a behavior.
Yeah.
So, and these are the behaviors, and the whole point is to stand up for your boundaries. So we'll
Yeah.
come back and we'll dive deeper into that. And just as a disclaimer, this show is not only for Muslims. All women can be in hijab with their values, and
Yes.
we'll explain what that means in a minute. We'll be right back. And we're back. So this section is going to be all about our values, our self-respect, and self-compassion. So we're going to pick up on the point of hijab and how this is a form of setting boundaries. So so tell us more about what you tell people when it comes to self-respect.
Self-respect is the secret of your life, which helps you to be unique and stand out in the crowd. If you will not respect yourself, no one will respect you. Don't give permission to people to use you, because you are unique. Like, when I did not have awareness, when I did not have a realization that what are my values, what are my personal boundaries, whoever, whatever they say, I accept it. And I start feeling like I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I am totally a garbage or crap, because I start taking people's opinion as my own opinion. And for so long, I was living with that crap, having a burden on my shoulders, unnecessary burden. And once I would like to share here one thing, that when I moved to Burke, it's a outback area, people treat me like an alien, because I was the first Muslim woman in that town. And when my friend, they come to know that I'm moving to outback area, they said, Fizza, oh my God, there will be no Muslim there. Stop, take off your hijab. And I stood up like a warrior, being my authority by taking charge of my life. And when they saw my attitude, they start talking to my husband. Oh, tell her to take off hijab. This is not good. That threatened her life and this. And I said only one thing to them. Hey, this is my life. And I know I started hijab for a reason.
Yeah.
I got my identity. And Allah selected three of us, my daughter, my husband, and I. We are going there for a reason.
Yes.
Just as a messenger of Allah. We are not going there to have fun. Of course, we are going there to get because of our visa condition, because we are not able to apply. We were at that stage, that policy changed. And my husband wanted to send me back to my country. And I said, no, I'm not going there as a loser. I will fight with you. I will stand with you. And once I went to overseas, when I get back, we went there we went to Burke. My daughter and I, we were sitting in a car in parking area of that IGA. Few kids came near to our car and they started swearing. They started showing me middle finger. They were tapping on my car. And I get scared that, oh my God, oh, I must have to listen to my friends. They were right. If I did not cover my head, they won't behave like this. And then I was like, sure, no. I opened the car door, I get down, and I was like, hey, behave yourself. But what about this? And I said, do you have any problem with my hijab? This is called hijab. And he said, and the kids, they said, no, this is not your hijab. You are terrorist. You are Muslim. And I said, I'm not Muslim. I am Muslim.
Nice.
Not Muslim. And my husband came out of the store and he was like, what happened? What happened? I said, nothing. Then I realized that it is my time to have my values now.
Yeah.
Self-respect first, and that only self-respect, you have self-respect only once you start loving yourself. That's and giving importance to yourself.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you are neglecting others. No. It means that you are honoring your presence. It means that you are honoring your authenticity. That this is me, Fizza, Muslim women in hijab, living in Berg, as a only Muslim women. Treat me as you want me to be treated. That changed the whole perspective. That changed the whole idea of living in Berg.
100%. And, you know, really, that is a classic example of vibrating higher, right? Because the highest vibration that there is love, right? Which you're loving yourself. And when you love yourself, guess what happens? You're going to honor the power of your existence over what anyone thinks or what anyone says. See, I call that sweet talk.
But you are my sweetheart.
So that's what I mean, you know, like you absolutely in that moment made a decision to overcome fear with love, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, this is how we all as women, whether we wear cloth called hijab or not, can be wearing hijab by standing up for our values.
And you and I, we are talking about everyone, all the beautiful sisters in the world. We are not talking particularly about Muslim women because we are unique. We have a very soft heart. We have a very delicate nature. And we all, as a women, have a fear of what other people think of us.
Yeah.
And why we have that fear? Because we born and brought up in that environment where our parents, our relative, our environment is surrounded with those sort of thoughts. What other people think of us? People, who are they? Look in the mirror. Who are they? They are from us. They are us. We are people. If we stop judging others, first of all, when we start judging ourselves, like, oh, I have a brown skin, I have a black skin, I am skinny, I am obese, I am overweight. Stop judging yourself.
That's right.
Try to connect with those people who boost you, accept you the way you are. I started cutting off people who judging me, who judge me. Why you have one daughter? Why you are so skinny? You don't want kids, or your husband doesn't want any. None of your bloody business.
Exactly. What? That's too personal.
What? I don't have a time for all this crap. I have one. Mashallah, she is 14. She is equals to 10. This is guaranteed. She is equals to 10, alhamdulillah. She is confident. She know how to love herself, because quantity doesn't matter. Quality matters. If you have 10 kids and they are suffering from any other, like each and every child, they are having autism, mental illness, or create tantrums, or seeking your attention, is your life peaceful? Are you going to enjoy your life as a mom or as a parent? No way. And especially when you are juggling between work and home. And when you reach home, your house is totally mess. Like human beings are not living here. Dirty dogs are living in this house. So what is the use of that sort of kids and a family? Why people are emphasizing on having more and more and more and more kids? And the more kids you have, the less time you have to pay attention to yourself. And whether or not, I know few women, they said they don't enjoy intimacy with their husbands. They got pregnant. And what is the after effect of that? That affected their kids, their mental health. Why? Because they were not happy and satisfying. They are doing for the sake of doing. If people must have to understand, especially women, that having kids, getting pregnant is easy, but to looking after the kids who is just blooming within you is very important, because from 0 to 5, when you get pregnant, your child started listening to each and everything after 3 months of your pregnancy. He start observing all the emotions, feelings, whatever is, whether your husband is respecting you, treating you with love, or pushing you, or having you are having going through domestic violence. That child, whether it's a boy or a girl, observing everything.
And that's
I
from
had,
within the womb. Yeah. I just
and
want to say something, Fizza, though. For those
yeah,
of you who are listening and watching, I have 6 kids. And so it's like, to each his own, and for those of you who, of course, have healthy relationships and you're understanding all the things, right?
yeah,
And even if you didn't have a healthy relationship at the time, of conception of your children, that doesn't mean that it's over. That's what me and Fizza do. We help you to transform yourself so
yeah,
that you can transform your situation.
yeah,
So we're just bringing light to deepen your understanding, if you didn't know at the time.
yeah,
So um, I just wanted to mention that, because I know people are going to be like, well, wait a minute, she's got 6 kids, So yeah, four of mine were born at home, so I had home birth and all those things. But so just what we're saying, we're not saying that it's bad to have lots of kids. It's
yeah,
just have as many kids as you can take care of, because here's the thing, it literally says, and it says this in the hadith and Quran, as long as, right, you are sane, right,
yeah,
it doesn't keep you outside the realm of sanity, and you can raise the children as they should be raised in the environment that they should be raised. As far
yeah.
as I've been able to tell, where it says in the Quran that each child comes with his or her own provision, that is so true. When it comes to money and food, we don't,
Yes.
we don't miss any beat with that. But it's
Yeah.
just what you can handle. And this is
Yeah.
why having a relationship consultant and a transformation coach is important, because if it looks like your life is turning upside down, as Fizza was just describing with, you know, everything's upside down all the time. You can't juggle between work and home. We're here to help you with that.
Yeah.
And it's
If-
not the end of the world.
I did not mean, please don't take me wrong. I'm not against having kids. I'm not against having more kids because my mom, she got 6 kids. I have 6 siblings, right? But everyone is individually unique. But whenever my mom have any issue, she take help. She discuss with people. And my dad, alhamdulillah, he loved my mom so much. He never, ever, ever was disrespectful with her. Never. Even whenever he signed a contract, he regards my mom so much that whenever he's going to, he was signing a contract because he was a renowned businessman. He sent a driver to pick my mom, and he wants my mom to sit on his chair while he is signing his contract in his conference room. He gave that respect to my mom.
MashaAllah.
And we live and we brought up in a joint family system. And on weekends, we had 30 people on our dining table every single weekend. So please don't take me wrong, because people those who misunderstood, they wanted to confront me, and I don't want to argue with them because I respect your opinion. I respect your values. I'm not against anyone. I'm just sharing this what I learn from other people, what I learn after having awakening, what I learn after attending so many courses, having a knowledge. I must again say, please don't take me wrong. I have my own opinion. And this is my responsibility to share this awareness, because from 0 to 7, your child's mind, that brain, your child's hardware already molded and prepared him for future.
That, yeah, I mean, 0 to 7 is the most important time.
Yeah,
And this is like, they don't have most of those years, right? They don't even have the vocabulary to talk about what they're feeling. So it becomes a muscle memory.
yeah,
And by the time they can actually speak up for themselves, then they're being guilted, shamed, judged, categorized, and all
yeah,
that, you know, and that happens in the wrong environments. And
yeah,
so, you know, back to like where we're beginning, when you honor yourself, right, and you demand you have your self-respect, and you demand the same of others, right, that they respect you, then you're creating the perfect environment within yourself and for your children first, well, secondly, and for everybody else around you, because you'll be able to vibrate higher. And so you'll only be, you know, exuding and welcoming and attracting more love in your life.
yeah.
So with that, in the next section, I really want to get into exactly what you do as a relationship consultant. And for the people listening and watching who may be struggling with some of the things that we just brought up, how you can help them and how they can connect with you to get your help. So we'll be right back with that. Oh, Fizza, I'm enjoying this so much. And we're back.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you so much for being on my show. I can't believe that we're coming to the end. But, you know, I appreciate you sharing your different phases of transformation, you know, from an immigrant getting over your ego, from a scared hijabi overcoming your fear with love. And just when you thought that there couldn't be any more transformation in somebody's life, now Fizz is going to tell us like what actually drew her to become a relationship consultant and transformation coach. So
Oh dear. When I started working full time, my husband and we started living like two strangers under one roof because of the because of the working hours. Because I had a daughter and she was around 5, 6 years old at that time. I can't leave her alone at home. So we managed to work during that time that when I leave home, my husband came back home. And when I was home, he was at work. And then we moved to outback area where there was no social life. And we, being only Muslim family, my husband started having so many issues at workplace, and then he busted out all his frustration at home, and I was his target. At one day he came home and he started shouting just for nothing. And I was like, why, what's happening to you? And that was my biggest mistake. That question leads to heated arguments. It's like, wow, 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 wow. And I was like, enough is enough, Fizza. I'm not here for all this crap. And I have no right to live the life with depression, anxiety, and being the victim. And I decided to commit suicide. And I said, nah, enough is enough. I'm sorry, Allah. I know it's prohibited, but I have no light, darkness all around me. And something happened, and I called my mom for help, but she refused at that time too. And I was like, there is no one for me. And that day, I locked myself in the laundry in backyard. We had laundry in backyard. It was terrible cold. I did not have my jumper, no slipper, just sitting in the laundry, waiting to die, waiting for that time that I get sick and I will die. And I was like, nah, this won't work because my husband banging the door and threatening me to come out, otherwise he will call police. And then when I went in, he told me to bring his prescription from pharmacy. And I was like, wow, I got the chance to go out of the house. I hugged my daughter. I kissed her by looking at her lid. I did not say anything to her. And I was like, I'm sorry, but I can't live like this. I talked to myself. I'm sorry, but I can't live like this. Enough is enough. I deserve the best. Otherwise, I have no right to live. I took out my car. I went to the pharmacy, but it was 5 o'clock. Everything closed. And I started crying because I got the opportunity to do whatever I want. I took my car to the highway. It was 100. Yeah, speed limit was 100. And without any thinking, without stopping myself, I started driving on 140. And I saw one road train. Road train is the double truck with double carriage. And as I was crying, my eyes were so blurry because of tears, and I was shouting, I was complaining to Allah that I'm sorry, but I can't live like this. I was about to hit that truck. I saw my dad and granddad holding that bull bar. and they were shouting and they said, "Stop the car. Where are you going? You know what you are going? What you are planning to do? This is not acceptable at all. Suicide is prohibited. It's haram." And I was crying like a child. And they keep on saying, and I was just this much gap left. And I stopped the car. Thank God there was no car behind me. Otherwise, I don't know what happened. And as soon as I stopped the car, I get down from that. I spread my arms like wings and I look up and I said, "God, I'm all yours. Please forgive me." I'm not crying. Otherwise, last year, whenever I share this story, I cried like a stupid person, helpless person, but I healed myself because I will invest on myself. And my dad and my granddad, they kept on telling me, they kept on conveying the message that go start living with authenticity. Millions of people are waiting for you to hold their hand. Millions of people, not thousand. And I was like, what? Million? And they said, yes. Go start living your life. Find your purpose. And you are enough for yourself. And you know Allah is always there for you. That changed my life. I look up I spread my arms like wings and I look up and I said to God, Allah, I'm all yours. Hold me, guide me, and please support me. I get back home, I heat up my food, I had my dinner with my family. They did not even know what I had gone through. Only I know. And I contacted one coach, which I refused her help by saying, "You are very expensive." I reached out to her again and I said, "I need your help. I want to live. I want to find my purpose. Please help me." And she refused. And she said, "No, because you already rejected me by saying you are very expensive." And I said, "My apologies. I'm so sorry. I need your help. Please hold me." And she helped me. And then I decided to walk on that journey. I got the job as a finance manager in IGA. I saved money. Then I got the job in Commonwealth Bank. I saved money. And then before IGA, we applied our residency and we got the residency. Then I got the job in Commonwealth Bank. I went to Unleash the Power Within Tony Robbins event. I had a fire walk. When I was walking on a burning coals, I got I got awakened. I got awakening that why I'm here. And that is why I am in front of you as Fizza Kashif Khan, the transformational coach and the relationship consultant, because I had been through so much. Bumpy roller coaster ride, bumpy roads. I drive on a bumpy roads where sometimes all the wheels of my car, they busted out. And I was like, what I need to do? Whether I have to lift my car on my shoulders and walk or what? That is why I'm here. I'm a qualified coach and I have, alhamdulillah, I have such a great skills and knowledge. And I love when I see the transformation in my clients. That is why I help people who struggle and dissatisfied in their relationship, whether it's with themselves, with others, or with their partners, because of lack of love, trust, intimacy, and communication. and I help them by holding their hand, by using different techniques. I have self-discovery with them first, then I help them to let go of their negative emotions, and then I help them to know their values and the boundaries so they enjoy their life with true authenticity. And Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, I'm so blessed that Allah, He selected me for this because I am so stubborn and I love that passion. And it's okay because I'm not hurting anyone. I always focus love yourself to love others. Be that person you want to look in others. If you are not the one, if you are looking for those who love you, be the one. Start loving yourself. And if you are struggling at any stage of your life, you are not alone. I'm here. I am here. I have a website, www.fizza.com.au, where you will get my PDF of the secret of fulfilled relationship. Just get that. And if you are still confused, there is another link with that. Book a call with me, and I definitely help you to unleash the hidden problems which you are not aware of, which is stopping you to be the person you want to be. And connect with me on Facebook. I have a page, Fizza Light of Hope. Like it. And whatever you want to learn, just message me. I will share. I have Instagram, Fizza Light of Hope. Connect with me there. And I started 30 days Facebook Live relationship series where I'm sharing, where I'm talking about issues and challenges that you people have in their relationship. And you know what? I am an influencer and a VIP that people start complaining and reporting about my post that Facebook is blocking me. What does it mean? That people, when they read my post, they become uncomfortable. They started looking something which is within them. There's nothing to do with me. It's all about them. I'm talking and addressing your problems, your challenges, because your challenges used to be my challenges, because I'm a human being. I am also the daughter, princess. I used to be a princess. I used to be a queen. I'm still princess of my mom. I am mom. I am wife. I am a mother. I am sister. I am like you. So don't feel hesitate to connect with me.
So much. Thank you so much for sharing so openly and being so human, sharing all your humanness with us, because it's the only way we can heal, isn't it? That
Yeah.
we have to take off all those layers and look inside. And so I'm so grateful for you being on my
Thank you so
show
much.
and being the
And
light of hope.
yeah, and I'm the voice. I'm the voice of humanity. And whenever there is still, when I triggered, I take help from my coaches. Because I'm a human being. If I am getting triggered, how can I help my client to live with authenticity? Whenever I have any problem, I contact my coaches. Please help me. I have a void. I want to refill my cup. And I keep on investing and learning, because being a human being, I am like you. I'm not a, bulletproof person. I don't want to be. I am who I am, with emotions, with feelings, everything. being a coach, it doesn't mean that we don't have any emotions or feelings. Whenever I want to cry, I cry, even in front of my friends or clients. When I listen to their story, I cry with them, just to make them feel that it is okay. There's nothing triggered me. No, there is something within me that is called humanity, kindness, empathy, which made me cry. So I am the light of hope. I am the reason of a smile for humanity. And I started my channel, YouTube channel.
Congratulations.
And please feel free to subscribe that, like that, and comment it. And if you want to learn something which you are scared to share with anyone, let me know. Message me on Facebook. I will speak on your behalf. I will raise that topic, because I used to be fearless. Now I'm courageous. I used to be victim. Now I am a warrior. And you are like me, because I was like you.
So much wisdom. Thank you so much, Fizza, for that. And, again, I'm so happy that you're here on my show, sharing your message and reminding us, like you said, as coaches, we're first of all human, constantly evolving and growing ourselves. And we invest in coaches too.
Of course,
So,
of course.
but again, thank you so much. I know I'm going to have you back on the show, and we're going to pick a different topic because we can talk forever, clearly.
Inshallah. I love to. Thank you so much, my dear, lovely sister. Thank you, thank you, thank you for giving me chance. And see how Allah connected with us. We did not even know each other. I
No,
don't know. Through one group, we get connected.
yeah,
And here we are. We are soul sisters,
definitely.
because
Like,
our purpose, our mission is same, is one. And we all are one. And that is only love and nothing else.
that's all. So thank you so much. And thank you, viewers and listeners, for being with us here tonight on the Free to Be show. And I highly recommend that you click on the links below to connect with Fizza. Fizza Light of Hope on Facebook, Fizza Light of Hope on Instagram, and fizza.co.au.
Fizza.com.au
Okay,
is my website. And they get the free PDF, Secret of Fulfilled Relationship, from there. And they can book a call with me, a strategy call with me. And my profile ID is facebook.com/FIIZZA.K.Khan, KHAN.
okay, you heard it here. And thank you so much, and good night.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us for the Free to Be show tonight with Fizza Kashif Khan. She was absolutely amazing, and it was wonderful that you could join us. Please connect directly with her and take advantage of her free gift and PDF. And most of all, when it comes to being free to be, no matter how bumpy the ride, just stay the course and stay true to yourself, because you owe it to yourself to turn that love inward first. Good night.